Hey, this is Spear, and today we're with Kerbal Space Program. I do not have experience with this, so we'll see. We'll go through the train. Oh my, there is a lot of training to go through. All right, well, getting started and basic construction. That seems like the best way to go with this. Kerbal Space Program, I think, where we build a spaceship and get out to space. Not really sure how to build a spaceship. Welcome to today's lecture on vessel construction. I'm Werner von Kerben. Well, that's going to be hard to say. Whether you want to put a satellite into orbit, make a transcontinental flight, or step on the very surface of the moon, you're going to need to build yourself a ship. It should be pretty easy. In this tutorial, I will show you around the Kerbal Space Center and take you to the vehicle assembly building, adding and removing parts, what the parts do, how to change performance, yada, yada, yada. Boy, this is going to be a lot of stuff in this tutorial. But this is going to be the basics of... What's that out there? This is going to be the basics of what to do. This is the Kerbal Space Center. Oh, different buildings, it looks like. The KSC for short is home to the pinnacle of Kerbal endeavor and achievements for space exploration. Using the facilities, you can manage your space program, create rockets and planes, yada, yada, yada. To find out about each of the facilities, you can hover your... Yeah, we did that. This is the tracking station. I guess you need to track and see your spaceships once they take off. Vehicle assembly building, where you design and build spacecraft. Mission control with your contracts. And this is a good spot to be when launching, I guess. You can see it. Where do you launch from? Oh, the launch pad. You can't see the launch. How do you... There's the launch pad over there. So I guess we build them here. Then we launch them there. We are reasonably confident it's at a safe enough distance from everything else. Yeah. We'll see about that because... Anyway, the hangar, construction of spacecraft. Oh, from the runway. Spacecraft from the runway? I don't know about those. Astronauts, administration, research and development. All this is research and development. So there's a lot of that. Okay. Vehicle assembly building. All right. Very good. What you see in the middle of the screen is the construction area. All right, I can't move the screen. This is where parts are placed and craft is constructed. On the left side of the screen is the parts. There are a lot of parts. There's the parts toolbox. It will show you all the parts you have available in each of the different categories. So this is getting complicated. If you want your craft to be controllable, you need a command module, and it's best to make it the very first part you place. So it's either crew or automated. As we're just starting, there's one choice. Pods, command pod. Click. All right, so here's our command pod right here, floating in the air. Oh, now I can move. I couldn't move before. Okay, so they're all building a rocket. It's weird that it starts off like this, but okay. After at least one... Oh, okay. So after at least one part is placed, you can look around with the thing. Well, it's pretty tall here, so we could be a lot taller. Zoom. No, that's... Oh, shift is zoom. There you go. All right. I'll forget those. Adding a parachute. I think yes. If you like your pilot to make more than one flight, he should have to return safely to the ground. On the utility tab, And of course, it's the last one. Parachute. Oh wait, I got a parachute. I'm dragging around a parachute. When you're choosing parts, you can view the details of parts available, like that. I don't know what any of that means. When the info is visible, most parts have additional information window. Yes, it does. Note that the parachute states that the effective diameter in each state. Wow. Semi-deployed effective diameter 0.9. Fully deployed effective diameter 20.7. Maximum safe speed, full employment altitude, semi-deployment, minimum pressure. Is it minimum? M-I-N? M-L-N? Minimum, probably. Wow, that's too much information. Let's see, select it and move it on top of the command pod. So the green sphere at the bottom of the parachute and lines up with the green sphere on. Oh, well, that's easy enough. There you go, parachute. Some parts are configurable. Oh, so I can change the numbers that I just read? I don't know what these numbers mean or anything like that. But all right. Opening height is at least 1,000 meters. Safety is the Kerbal way. And change the pressure to 0.2. This setting prevents the chute from activating until the pressure is above the configured value. I don't know what that means, but it will wait then until then to activate. So if there's not enough pressure, I guess it won't go off. You can hide these options by right-clicking on the background scene. I don't know what that does. All right. Click on the engines. We have one engine. Grab one and connect it to the bottom of the pod. Alrighty. Whoa. Ding. Alright, so we got an engine and a pod. Oops. What did I do wrong here? I forgot you're just starting out. You're not a famous rocket scientist and make the craft survivable as it stands now. You'd have to be better at rocket science than me. The problem with the craft is the solid rocket is too powerful for the payload. Okay, so the engine is too big for the thing. Pod. All right. It'll either burn up on ascent from going too fast or burn up coming back down. The craft's mass will cause it to fall too fast. I promised to teach you how to change that to make it work in a later tutorial, but for now, let's continue. Pick up the back thumper and drop it back in the parts toolbox. Or press delete. Well, I just put it back. It's not there anymore, is it? Yeah, I don't know what I did wrong. But it's gone. I probably blew up somebody on the road. The right solid motor. Instead, let's add the solid motor and a better match for the ship of this size. At the start of your career, you will have what I consider rubbish parts. The motor here looks like it may well be a converted trash can. That said, it does have enough oomph to get this craft moving skyward and quickly. You'll be able to unlock more engines and other parts. That makes sense. You're starting out, you're just going to get a basic engine. The flea. It's a little tiny engine, isn't it? Okie dokie. The staging stack. Nice one. You built the simplest survivable craft We could launch it right now, but they're going to explain one other thing. It's the staging stack in the bottom right here. This part shows us which parts will be activated, the engine and the parachute. What this shows is when we activate the next stage, both the engine and the parachute will be triggered. While it could be funny to open the chute and fire the motor at the same time, it's not going to give you much of a flight. We need to separate the engine and chute into two stages. If you mouse over the 0, you will see a little plus and minus appear to the left of the box. Click the plus button to add a new stage. Plus. If you add too many, minus to remove them. Make sure you have two stages. 0, 1, 2, 2, 0, 1, or 0, 1. Excellent. It's important to note the stages activate from the highest number and then count down. So our first stage will be stage 1, and the second stage will be stage 2. Drag the engine from 0 to 1. Okay. So first the engine will go, then the parachute will go. Got it. Boy, this is complicated. That's it. We now have a safe, relatively safe. Make sure they were designed again so you don't have to build it. Untitled spacecraft. Doesn't seem so majestic. All right. Well, let's just call it basic spacecraft. And when you're happy with the name, click on the save icon in the upper right. Can we launch it? Yeah, better not. Excellent work. Feel free to play around with the parts and techniques I've shown you. And when you're ready to continue, press the red button to exit. Oof. Okay, well, are there any other parts? There aren't any other parts. I was looking at them earlier. How am I playing around with other parts? So there you go. So we know how to put together a craft. Right, we don't know all the different parts, but we know basically what to do. Oh, I do not feel confident about that first training. Basic flight. Oh, there's the ship. Learn the basics of flying a spacecraft. The flight instructor, Gene Kerman. Okay, how to fly. Well, let's see if it, are we actually going to launch one here? It seems kind of early to launch one. Oh my. Okay, this looks complicated. Welcome to the Kerbal Space Center Launch Facility. I'm Gene Kerman, and I will teach you the basics of piloting a spacecraft. Okay, yes, I've already done the first one. Today we will run through all the important controls. Okay, let's go. Flying a spacecraft. Excuse me. Flying a spacecraft is all about being in control. Your main flight approach. Pitch, yaw, roll. Okay, got it. Oh my. Yeah, that's not helping me at all. SW is up and down. That makes sense. AD, left and right, got it. And Q and E are rolling left and right. All right. Try it now and notice the indicator. Oh, there it is. In the bottom pitch. Oh, roll. There you go. This is going to be hard to kind of tell. Well, I don't know. Throttle plus pitch law. Yeah, got it. We'll skip over the throttle control for now, as the vessel has no need for it. let's look at I didn't know this game was going to be so complicated. This is only tutorial number 2. All the planning you put into staging your sequence of your ship comes into play. From launch to the parachute, you can control the activation of several of the ship's parts by advancing stages. Space. Okay, so the engine shoots off. I hit space whenever, and then the parachute's going to come out. Notice the stage indicator in the lower left corner. Stage 1. Got it. Yeah, 1 is the engine. 0. Got it. Yes. An important part of flying is knowing how your ship is oriented and where it's going. That's why a good pilot is always aware of the ship's attitude, where it's pointing, and its velocity, vector, where it's going. They aren't always the same direction. True enough. I mean, if I'm shooting off and I turn, I might still be going straight, but my ship's turned. The big round instrument on the lower center is called the nav ball. Wow. All right, so it's got degrees here. North is down. Ooh, and 360 degrees. Wow. Okay, that's complicated. Wow. Top center is altimeter. I'm 74 meters from the surface. No. Yes. This is the speed, so I'm 0. Got it. Gaining or losing. Got it. When launching, it's best considered this gauge pointing up. The atmosphere gauge, yes. How deep the ship is in the planet's atmosphere. So if I'm really out, I'm on the surface here. I'm almost on the surface, 74 meters. So here's space. Got it. Got it. One last thing before we give the rocket the green light. In the staging stack, you can see the indicator for your parachute. The indicator shows when the chute will be activated by staging. The background will also change color to indicate when it is safe to stage the parachute. And the foreground, the parachute color, will change color depending on the parachute state. Default parachutes will not deploy when unsafe, even if you stage them. The left 3 shows safety, safe, risky, and unsafe. So I want a gray background, or possibly a yellow background, not a red background. The chute is unstaged in the left 3. Armed, deployed, and cut. Okay, so after I pop the chute, it'll be, after I get it ready, it'll turn light blue. Green will mean it's working, and red is when I cut it. Oh my goodness. Come on. Okay, enough talk. We're going to go to launch. Hit space when ready to launch. Hit space when ready to launch. That's what all they've told me. Well, Valentina. Oh, what? Aha, you're a curious one. And in right-clicking will toggle. I don't know what this means. C returns me to, oh wow. So I can touch some of the buttons? Any of the buttons here? It said I could touch some buttons. Alright, so I guess these are the same dials. That's the atmosphere. Yeah, I'm afraid to click on any buttons. All right. Press C, return to external view. All right. You ready? Space to launch? Space to parachute? I really don't know what's going on. I'm flying a bit out over the ocean. You can see the ship kind of move sometimes. So I guess that's about it. So it flew straight up. Now it's coming back down. Or no, is it floating or is it coming down? Keep an eye on the parachute. Oh no, don't do that. No, stop. Okay. Okay, they're saying do parachute, but I can't get it pointed straight up. No, don't do that. Point up a little bit. Come on, up. I hit the... There it is. The parachute comes out of the back of it? It doesn't really make sense to me. Alright, but we're going back down. We're going down because you can see the vertical speed is in the negatives. We've done everything we had to do. Sit back and enjoy the descent. I can't enjoy this. That parachute is not really open, is it? I guess it opens more when it gets more atmosphere. Less than 2,000 meters. Oh, yeah, see, it opens more. Right at the very end, boy. What? It's just, it's not going down. Sometimes it's going up. I guess it is going down. At 6 meters a second. Well, there you go. I don't know if I had to fly over water or not. But don't most capsules fly over water and you land like that? It's not like it had wheels or anything to land on these. So I'm 50 meters. We're coming in here pretty soon. A few seconds for touchdown. Well done. You survived your first quick flight. Whoops. When you've landed or splashed on Kerbin and not in training, you can point the mouse just above the altimeter. And check the recover button and be asked to pick up. Not in training. So it won't work now because I'm in training. I've also unlocked the crew hatch, so if you feel like going out for a walk or swim, you can click the EVA. This concludes today's lesson. Well, that was a little nerve-wracking, actually, to launch that thing. I didn't want to kill my Kerbal. But there you go. There's a little bit of Kerbal Space Program, Tutorial 1 and 2. We put together the ship. We launched the ship. I honestly don't know how I'm going to steer things because steering seems not possible. I thought computers steered these ships anyway. And we came home safely because they told me exactly what to do. If I had to do that all on my own, I think there would have been a big problem. But there you go. Kerbal Space Program. I'm Spear, and I'll see you next time with more of this. Let's see. There you go. Our next training mission is intermediate construction, and a suborbital flight. Then advanced construction, go for orbit. Wow. Okay. So this is going to be difficult. But that's next time. Kerbal Space Program with the Spear. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.